Tech Mahindra has come out with its Q2 FY24 results. How are the results looking like?
Shweta, the numbers are not looking that good for Tech Mahindra. I think it has missed estimates on both profitability as well as revenue front. Now, revenue on a quarter-on-quarter basis grew about 2.2%, about 2.2 to 2.4%. It came in at around 12,864 crores in the quarter gone by, whereas in Q1 of FY24, it stood at 13,159. Now, we had expected, revenue to come in at around 13,113 crore rupees. So it's about a 2% miss from our estimates. Profit, on the other hand, dropped by about almost 29%, Shweta. It came in at 494 crores versus our expectations of about 693 crores. We had expected profit to stay flat on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Now, margins also came under pressure. We had expected a decline of about 100 to 150 basis points. Margins, EBIT margins for Tech Mahindra stood at about 4.7% in the September quarter versus 6.8% in the in Q1 of FY24. So overall, Shweta, the numbers are not looking that great for Tech Mahindra. Of course, we'll be keeping a track of what the management has to say about that. 210 basis points margin miss and a profit decline of nearly 29%. But I'm also looking at the stock, Shweta. Tech Mahindra, in the last 1 month has corrected by about 12% or so. In fact, even today, ahead of the results, the stock was down about 1.4%.
Okay, so maybe the subdued results were in line with expectation, but to what extent? Let's get Amit on that. Amit, I think the street was expecting subdued results, and that is the commentary coming in from overall IT sector for that point. Are these results in line with expectations or even lower than the lower expectations the street had?
No, I think, all the IT services company, whether versus TCS, HCL, Wipro, which have already declared results, except the order books of all these IT services company, on all other parameters, none have been, very good. I think Tech Mahindra result is in sort of line with that kind of expectations. Already it was lowered, so it is, in line with the lower expectations, except on 1 or 2 parameters. But obviously the numbers are disappointing, and the growth may not come as fast as people would like to have. Also, Tech Mahindra is undergoing a transformation. They were very high on the ML growth. Probably there is a shift in the management currently. So there could be a shift from that high ML growth, which has been margin dilutive in the recent past. So that would again mean that we will see numbers in the future as well, subpar, or the growth will be a little subpar. So I don't think we'll see an outperformance on Tech Mahindra in the next 3 to 6 months as compared to the, let's say, Nifty IT index. So one need to watch out for what is their future plan of action, given that they have a new CEO.
Right, so new CEO, management commentary would be keenly eyed on. What is the future course of action? Tech Mahindra just reflecting on the sentiments that the IT pack has been reflecting on. Many calling it a washout here. From the numbers trickling in, it just might be a washout here.
That's what I was getting to, Shweta. In fact, if you look at results of now, all, I think 5 or 6 top companies have reported their results. We have seen one trend. Revenue has fallen, except for Tech Mahindra. Profitability has improved because company has improved operational efficiencies. But now what we are seeing is that guidance coming from the management. So far, we don't have the guidance from Tech Mahindra management, but the guidance coming from other companies, such as your HCL Tech, such as your Infosys, is that there will be weakness for the next couple of quarters. And in fact, even the deals that they have won, these are longer duration contracts, and it will take some time for these deal wins to convert into actual revenue for the company. So perhaps it looks like FY24 is indeed going to be a difficult year for Indian IT companies.
All right, and Amit, before we move on, majority of bellwether IT companies have already declared their results. Tech Mahindra and a couple of others have also come out with their results. I'm not sure how many companies we're still waiting results for, but so far the trend line is emerging clearly, which is revenue has taken a hit in the second quarter of this financial year. Are you seeing trend to continue for onto other quarters as well? Where does it end?
And what's your broader outlook on FY24? I mean, it looks like a difficult year for the IT companies.
Yeah, I think the commentary which came out last quarter itself, Q1, the Q1 results came out, it was quite clear that it's going to be a tough year. Some sort of wanted to give a little bit of benefit of doubt because in Q1 there was a lot of impact about these small banks which have gone bust in US. But as we have moved forward 3 months now, the financial conditions in US is quite deteriorating quite fast. So even if we evaluate the present conditions in the US market, then a sharp correction is expected in a lot of asset prices. Apart from that, even the China, I mean, even the European markets look quite jittery. So under that circumstances, the growth in the IT services company looks a little difficult to come by, at least in FY24. So if one has to take a call for investing into the IT companies, it has to be from FY25 and 26 perspective. Also, it is very clear uh, from their jobs pattern that they are not looking to aggressively ramp up their operations. There is going to be 2 lakh less people employed in the current financial year.
Right.
Many of these IT services company haven't really gone into the campus placements as well. So that sort of gives you an indication that there is work currently, but they are not expecting acceleration or ramp up in those projects in the near term.